Shadows of Doubt, a game where you can become anything no matter what your background is. Thief, beggar, murderer, paparazzi, hacker, stalker, Fight Club champion. But every single time the game just decided to force you into a private investigator whether you like it or not. At the start of the game, you are thrown into a city where one single mega corporation has ruled over the world, the starch cola industry. This makes every single living person in the city become numb to everything that is happening around them, and no matter how suspicious some private investigator is running around the city, they don't even care. Even though Starch Cola have all the power in the world, with machine guns in every corner of every apartment and the whole police department, they care more about you trespassing into other people's properties and have nothing to do with solving a murder case. So it has come down to your hand to solve this problem by following the tutorial. Waking up to the cold bitter truth of what just been explained, we turn off the bedside lamp and apparently having a bit of amnesia because we don't even know about ourselves aside from our own name. After looking around our own apartment, which we don't have any recollection of, we got a call from someone who apparently don't know that phone needs both sides to talk to be called a communication device. Since we have a little bit of an Esper background, we somehow knew that there will be something under our front door without any clue whatsoever. The note tells us to look for a particular someone, and once we found out his address through the phone book, we decided to take a shower and cook some meat because this is not supposed to be our problem. The shower actually works, but cooking is not yet invented in this universe. But alas, we cannot avoid the calls from the higher power, which is a floating text at the corner of our eyes. So after the game teach us how to lockpick, because what is a private investigator if we do not have the skills of a common thief? We decided to set our destination and look for the person. We are now ready to go out to the outside world. Our destination is an apartment on the 8th floor, and since the door is locked, obviously, the higher power suggested us to tamper with the security camera, which so happened to have an off switch right underneath it. But they forgot that even with all the talents of being a thief, we have totally no idea on how to become an electrician. So apparently, aside from just turning off the camera, we also turn off the lights and lock ourselves in this floor. Panic is a really strong drug to have, so instead of flipping the switch back on, we decided to just go inside the apartment in total darkness to make this game 10 times harder than it already is. Once we get inside, we found out that the owner is dead, and searching through his body reveals that he has been shot. Since the owner is already dead and the safety box just so happened to be left open, we help ourselves to all the valuables the guy no longer needs. After the light turns back on by itself, we can finally do our actual investigation instead of robbing a dead person's house. Being an amateur investigator, we just took every single thing in the house as evidence and put it on our case board, which will happen to bite us in the back in the future. With any little bit of logic and common sense, the most suspicious person is definitely the one who sent the note in the first place. So we decided to look for that person and ask how can he or she see us into the future. After investigating the place, we decided to get outside through the vent, cause why not? And boy oh boy, we got stuck inside the vent because we don't even know how to read the map. After hours and hours being inside the vent and getting ourselves hypothermia, we finally found an exit which is only 2 floors downstairs and should have been just 2 minutes walking from our victim's apartment. Just like every other crime investigation, the paperwork comes first, murder later. YouTube and movies ruins everything by always skipping this part. We really need to take care of our hypothermia, and instead of going to the proper place, which is a hospital, we decided for a cheaper alternative. Now we have several options to choose from, and all of them will lead to the same person, but being clueless on how this world works, we chose the hardest choice without knowing, and that is just everyday life for us. The office where the victim works apparently have more defensive measures than the White House, and the random nature of the game decided that the restroom is the best place to put the breaker that turns all of those security cameras off. and this is fine. Don't mess this up this time. But still, even with all those cautiousness, we still managed to mess this up because that breaker only turns off the security camera outside the office. Luckily, this is still the tutorial, so there is not a single person who came because nobody wants to work as a policeman in this city. So no one can stop us. After grabbing every valuable things in this office and some information, we found out that the same person who sent us the note had also sent a warning to the victim about the suspicious behavior of the killer. With the help of the all-knowing phone book, we found the Esper's apartment and asked her to teach us how to predict the future. But she decided that we are not yet strong enough, so she gave us a different superpower to choose from: stronger in fist fight or extra inventory slot. And this whole time we've been choosing the wrong option, and why change now? So we decided inventory slot is more important in the upcoming fight ahead that we cannot avoid. After we found out where the killers work, we went there and asked around for the killer's address, which we get the information through legal actions, while helping ourselves to some extra money. Now the only thing left is to just capture the killer and turn her into the city hall. When we came to her apartment, she actually had an accomplice, so it became 2 versus 1. But because this is the tutorial, we are immortal, so there is nothing to be afraid of. Huge fight break out, alarms blaring, bloods everywhere, but we came out victorious. To stop her from doing any more crime, we gave her a punishment so that she won't be able to do any more crime in the future by taking every valuable things in the house, including her wallets. Since we only have one handcuff, the other guy kept bothering us while we are enjoying ourselves in the killer's home. Punching the guy is taking too long, so by the power of the chair, kablam, go to sleep. Since we took too long, the killer got free from the handcuffs because handcuffs have time limit apparently. Much logic. Once we felt the power of the chair, we can't help ourselves but using it to every single person we found to cast a sleep spell. Feeling the case form in a totally related crime scene that obviously have nothing to do with us, we quickly went into the city hall to become a hero. It has been a very long day, and we are hungry, we are tired, and we came home just to find out that our apartment has been repossessed. But this is another case, another story. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next case. Bye! Damn it, I played this game for more than 2 hours and all the important parts can be summarized into less than 8 minutes. What the hell?